Well, it was a really good game. I give Miami, a lot of credit. I thought they made a lot of tough plays, especially, on the boards. I thought Amir was, for his 21 minutes, he had a huge impact in the game. For 21 minutes having a double-double is phenomenal. And so, I thought he definitely impacted. I thought they made timely plays, timely shots. And then for us, I think, defensively, we got to continue to work, as I've said, to get better. I mean, I thought they shot 48% from the field against us, and that's something that we haven't been giving up. So we have to get back to the drawing board and find out what we did wrong in those situations and look to continue to improve.
Miami hit a couple shots at the end of the half, and they came out in the second half, I think, led by as many as 13. It looked like at one point it would get out of hand, but you guys battled back. Darius, feel like he put the team on his back and kind of single-handedly led that run. What did you like about that aspect to get back into it?
Well, it's good to get him back. I mean, he's a dynamic guard. He can move the ball wherever he wants to on the floor. He can pass. He can score. And so it's good to have him back into the rotations. And, for us, I mean, they got momentum, as you mentioned before, at the end of the half. They had a couple, tough shots, one off the board at half court, and another off the backboard shot in the second half during their run. I mean, and so they had momentum to end the half, and they started off good the second half. We got to do a better job when we go in the locker room and coming back out of making sure we execute our game plan and making sure that, we stymie runs or try to limit that early on. And we dug a hole for ourselves. But as you mentioned, to our guys' credit, we fought back, but for us, there are no moral victories. So, I mean, they did a great job of fighting back, but we have to find ways to get over the hump.
Tough way to end the game, having to watch the clock there, right?
Yeah, definitely a tough way to end the game. We were hoping to get one more look at it, see what we could run based on how much time was left on the clock. But they had timed it out, 3 times, and every time they timed it out, it was above the 1.4. So they used the stop clock to time it out on the I guess on the live feed, and every time they timed it out, they said it came out higher than the 1.4. So, what are you going to do in that point? It's disappointing to see if we can get a last shot at it, see what it looked like. I mean, such a good game. You hate to see it end, on that type of note. So that was very disappointing for us and our team.
You thought there was a little bit enough time, maybe?
I was hopeful. I mean, I didn't know because the ball got popped up in the air, and the clock's going to keep going until it hits the ground, no matter what, even though it's out of bounds. It's still ticking, and I'm watching the seconds go, and I'm like, how much time did it take for that ball to come out of the air? Because they're going to time that, and of course, they made the call.
On that final drive you had, was Darius looking for an opportunity, then he was able to dish it to CJ? Was that sort of?
Absolutely. We were looking to go with Darius in transition, and we wanted to keep the floor open, which we had it open. We had no more timeouts, so he was coming down the floor, and we knew we had ample time. The thing was, he made a good play, got to CJ. CJ got fouled, and he went up there and missed the first free throw. And that's going to happen. He hadn't been playing in a long time. I'm sure he's still fighting off a lot of rust. And so he missed the first one. We attempted to miss the second one on purpose, of course, and try to, offensive rebound. And that's where the ball got hit up in the air.
First half, Miami goes through a stretch where they're stuck on 15 for several minutes, but it didn't look like you guys could capitalize on that.
Exactly. I thought our defense was in place, that we were guarding hard, and but we weren't. To give them credit, they were defending well, and we couldn't score. So both teams were kind of stuck, even though we were getting stops. We weren't able to build a sizable lead because we couldn't come down and execute and score the ball ourselves. And so, like I said, they're playing hard. They're passionate about what they want to do, just like we are. So I give them credit that I thought they defended well.
How is C.J. Walker? Obviously, being crushed after that. How is he doing?
I think CJ will bounce back. I mean, it's always hard when you're in that position and you miss that type of shot. But he'll bounce back. I mean, he's an experienced player. He's older. He's a senior. I mean, I don't see him not, understanding the importance of just moving forward, use it as a lesson, the experience, and be better, as going forward.
Coach, as you said, this team has some fight, and how much has the previous games, Oklahoma State, Florida State, have helped you, fight back into these games?
Well, not just those teams, but every team we've played, I mean, has been a challenge for us. I mean, it's been early in the season. Sometimes, you look at your record, and we won some close games. We won some single-digit games, some overtime game. And so all those experiences have been good for us. And, playing the teams like Florida State or Oklahoma State and well as Miami, I think it's good for us. I think, for us to prepare for the conference that we're in, we need to be in games like that in those environments because that helps prepare us for the American. And, it's always going to be tough. We already know no matter what, on the road or at home, in the conference is going to be, very competitive. And if we don't play teams of that caliber, then we won't be prepared to compete against those teams.
Is this the big finals week coming up?
Yes.
Is that why there's a week-long gap?
Yeah, we have a couple gaps now with finals, and I got some preparation for that, and tests, and so we want to make sure these guys are, that's the most important thing right now, is making sure our guys are locked in and finish the semester strong.
What do you like most about what you're seeing from chemistry now? You got CJ back in there and Darius back in there, and the way these guys are mixing.
Well, we're working at it. Right now, we're still a work in progress. Like I said, it's early in the season, so every team is in the same boat that we're in. And, there are a lot of things to improve on offensively and defensively. I don't think there's any coach that's going to say they love what they're doing right now. I think everybody has a lot of room to grow and improve. And for us, I like the fact, like I said, that we've defended as hard as we have. We played for each other. I like those two things about our team. We're definitely playing for each other. Defensively, we've been able to hang our hat on that most of the time, not as much tonight. And so those are things that I've liked about our team. And, we have to learn to build off of that, where we're still trying to improve in the areas that we know we need to clean up. We have, 7 assists and 15 turns. That's an area that we have to clean up. We have to get better in that area, and I think part of it is just chemistry and continuity. New guys in, I'm not used to connecting with you, you're not used to connecting with me. Oh, I thought you were going to go back door, you came out. I thought you were going to come out, you went back door, and I'm trying to connect. You can see just sometimes it looks like a little bit herky-jerky or shaky, only because the guys haven't played with each other very long. If they start to play, they're going to be able to give each other looks and they understand what I want. When I look at you, you'll know I'm going back door. Look at you, you know I'm coming to get the basketball. But right now, they don't know each other well enough to know exactly what they're doing. And I think that kind of stymies our offense for time. We have those offensive lulls, I think, in large part because of that.
And you can see that as the coach. You see those moments.
Yes.
The little pause.
Yeah, the connection that we have to have. The ball needs to flow a lot easier. And it's not because guys aren't used to each other as much yet. And again, as you're starting to get that, then you get certain new guys, and then they're in the position where they're not. You know what I mean? So it's something we have to go through. It's a process. But we're going to keep working. We're going to stay positive, stay connected, and we're going to look at getting better. That's what this time is for. We got to keep improving. We have a tough preseason, as you know. We have a lot of great basketball ahead of us. In the month of the rest of December and in November, and we have to prepare for it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank
Okay,
you.
you guys
Thanks.
got it.